Hello, my name is Becky Sattler, and today I'm going to share with you how Pinterest can be used to grow your business. So hopefully you all know what Pinterest is and have found some fun pins to share and repin, and you know how it works. Today I'm going to help you figure out how to take it to the next level and use it to grow your business, your Scentsy business. So I've broken it down into 3 levels in an attempt to help you figure out a tip or trick that might help you. So the first level is number 1, starting out. So a basic pinner, you have a Pinterest board, you know how to use it, you know what pins look like and how it works. So the way that you're going to use it to grow your Scentsy business is you go directly to your PWS and you can pin. There's a pin. If you go directly to a specific product, you'll see on the bottom of that product image where you would add it to cart, there's also some icons for Facebook and Pinterest. And if you connect your own Pinterest account in your workstation, when you click on that Pinterest symbol by a product in your workstation or in your PWS, it will take it directly to pin onto your boards and it'll link it back to your own specific PWS. So that's great. So if anybody ever finds that pin and they click on it and they decide they want to order it, they can order it directly from your own PWS. Easy peasy because it goes directly through. Scentsy makes it easy for us to get it directly through to your PWS. So the reason why Pinterest is so helpful is it's not just a social media platform like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, but it's actually a search engine, and it runs on a very specific algorithm with SEO, search engine optimization, and keywords and things like that. So we can use that to our advantage, but if you think about it more like a Google search tool instead of just like something for fun or interacting, then you'll that'll help keep it in mind as you are creating your Pinterest preferences. So your challenge for takeaway for level 1 is go on your PWS and pin 5 or 10 pins a day. Whenever you think about it, just go to each different product that you would like to share and click on the Pinterest icon and put it on different boards, and that will keep it showing up in the feeds. So that's level 1. Level 2, if you'd like to take it a little bit more in depth, is to start creating and pinning stylized images, because when you pin it straight from the PWS, it's just the product with the white background. So just the product by itself. But it's kind of like if you go shopping and you see the advertisements, they usually have models wearing the clothes or showing the outfit and how it's used instead of just merely the shirt behind a white background. You can see what the product is, but it helps if you kind of see it stylized and see it in use. That's the same thought of pinning the stylized images. So what you would have to do for that is you download them, you find them in your workstation. Luckily, Scentsy has already done a lot of these for us, so we can merely just take them and repin what they've done. It's not quite as easy as step number 1. That's why this is level 2, because you have to download it from your workstation, whichever stylized picture you would like of what product, and then you have to upload it as a new pin, and you have to link it to your PWS and create a description and a pin title so that others can find your pin as well, because remember, it's a search engine. And again, you're suggesting how to use the warmer, how to use the bathroom cleaner, whatever it is, because it's a beautiful stylized image. Now, some tips about naming your board. The words are important because, again, this is a search engine. So tips about naming the board. The more specific the board is and kind of narrowed in on what it is, the better. So instead of just having, like I had a clean queen board that said clean queen. Well, that's great, but what is that? I thought it was all cutesy, but the search engines are not going to know what should be on that board, nor would anybody else if they're finding it. It doesn't really work. Even though that was like cleaning tips and hacks and tricks and products, it doesn't really make sense. So instead it should be like cleaning products or cleaning tips or clean house or something like that, to where it's a lot more specific to what the product is. For example, like instead of having a board named treats, you should have it be cookies or pies or even summertime pies or fruit pies or something like that, that is, again, more specific. And then the pins on that board would be specific because, again, you're trying to point to the algorithm what is on that board. So then they will be able to help suggest it as a really good search. You should be pinning about 15 to 30 pins per day. and throughout the day. So you can't just wait till midnight before you're going to bed and be like, oh yeah, I need to schedule my pins. I need to pin them right now, because they'd all come in a big clump, and they would all come in the middle of the night when nobody's into the feed, when nobody's looking anyway. So that is why you would need to create a business account. Now, it's free to convert your account from a personal to a business account. You'll have to Google it because I don't have time to go into it, but it's important because mainly for this purposes, you can schedule pins. So that will make it so that you don't have to stay up or do it every hour on the hour, but you can schedule them for when you want them to drop. So you can upload a whole bunch, and then that way you can make sure that it's a little bit more throughout the week and throughout the day, instead of just, Tuesday night when you think about it. So the challenge is for level 2. For level 1, the challenge was to just pin things straight from your PWS. It's easy, it's quick, it's done. The challenge for level 2 is to create a business account so that you can schedule things, and then to upload the stylized images from your workstation and then create a pin out of them that can link back to your PWS. Number 3, schedule those pins so that they can be scheduled and spread out a little bit. And then watch your wording in your boards like we talked about, and on the descriptions of your pins, things like that. Okay, now we're on to level 3, the time saver superstar and the content creator. So I've talked about how to reshare things that other people have already made and resources that Scentsy has made for us. But now comes the level of, if you're really wanting to make Pinterest a big part of your Scentsy plan, then it's time to learn about other tools that can help you, and to be a creator and a cultivator instead of merely just a collector of other people's great ideas. So that means you're going to need to create your own images. Now, again, remember, it's a search engine, so Pinterest is going to reward you for fresh, new content, new pins. It doesn't have to be totally crazy, but you can use tools like PicMonkey, Canva, Photoshop, Camera, over Photify. Photify even, we can have a subscription to link to our workstation, which makes it nice and easy. And you can use those tools to help create images for you to pin. So some tips for making pins. I found that what works best are the words, if they are clear and concise and big. Remember, you can even just take an image. You could even take the marketing stylized images, and now you're gonna put like a little banner with the words on it or something, or 5 tips for a better bathroom, for a cleaner bathroom, or 3 ways to clean your kitchen in 10 minutes or less. Something like that that's catchy. It tells them exactly what they want to do with your product. And so the words would be large and legible. Number 2, the colors. Again, you're wanting to make people stop their feed and stop their scroll and repin it or go visit your website to buy it. So it needs to be something that is catchy, something's beautiful. Bright colors like red, orange, and brown, instead of like blues that are just kind of calming. You want to stop the scroll so that they will stop and repin or comment or share your pin. The brightness, it needs to be nice and bright and happy, so again, they can see it and it will catch their attention. Now, here's one that's really important, the size aspect ratio. So on Instagram, the pictures are square. On Facebook, they're a little bit more long. On Pinterest, they really, really, really highly favor the 2:3 aspect ratio. So if you notice, they're longer and skinnier. So if you use any of the tools like Canva, you can simply pick the template for a Pinterest image, and it will automatically size it for you. But that is important. You do need to make sure you're pinning Pinterest size images. What to say in the pin. A call to action increases the engagement by 80%. So the words on it, or even in the description. So again, like I said, what problem does it solve, or what question does it answer? Okay, so for your challenge for level 3, it is schedule pins in bulk. Get some kind of scheduling tool, something like Hootsuite or Tailwind, or even the Pinterest app itself. Once you have a business account, you can schedule that when it will be the most beneficial for your audience. Number 2, your business account. Not only to schedule, but now start looking at the analytics. Which pins are doing well? Which wording does well? What time of day is best for you when you get the most interaction for your pins? fine tune the titles. So go through and do a little audit of your titles and your content and your description. Everything needs to have a title and a description for every image as well as every board. So go and fine tune and do an audit. I like to do that every once in a while just because sometimes I slip and it's kind of hard to make sure that all of my keywords, again, can be easily found so that they can suggest me. Number 4, repin. Repin your own content, but also repin others that would be similar. So if you have like a living room ideas board and you put in your stylized warmers and your beautiful diffusers or things like that, you can also repin other things that would be similar to that same genre so that your board would be helpful to others coming to find it, and they can pin and repin yours as well. Then the 5th idea would be group boards. If you would like to stretch your content a little bit further, you can join group boards where you kind of you repin onto a group of like-minded people that would be pinning similar things to you, so then it makes their content easy for you to find to repin onto your boards and vice versa. So you kind of leverage, friendships. So there's lots and lots of good stuff that I could tell you about Pinterest. I don't have any more time, but if you have any questions, there are lots of things, there are lots of resources online to Google Pinterest strategies and Pinterest strategies for your business and things like that. Pinterest is all about riding the wave, finding what people are already looking for and already wanting and what's already trending, and helping make sure they can find it the best way and giving it to them. So I hope some of these are helpful, and figure out whether you're on track 1, 2, or 3, and hopefully take 1 or 2 things. And even if you're just pinning from your PWS straight up, that is hugely beneficial and very easy and shouldn't take too much of your time, but hopefully will help see a turnaround in more. Or even uploading the stylized images, or even to that 3rd level where you're creating your own images to be repinned, hopefully by others, because you are providing great content. So anyway, again, my name is Becky Sattler, and thanks for joining in.